Almost knocked over my whole station. I've had this thing for what feels like a month now. It's probably been a few weeks. So I think it's about time to wrap this series up in regards to the ORC-300 Orchid by Telepathic Instruments by doing a 5 things I love and 5 things I hate. If you like this series, if you find anything I'm doing in this video useful, hit that like button, subscribe, join the crew, it's up to you. I don't know. The way I'm going to structure this is 1 like, 1 hate, and then we'll go down the list until we get to the 5th one. I just want to make this point very clear. We are talking about version 3.32. Anyway, let's get to the video. The chords, the voicings, the chord type button, the bass voice notch thing. Right here is you turn this thing here, and it basically changes the octave of the bass. And the extension buttons. Love that. Think it's awesome. It's great product design. It makes it easy to do whatever I want to do. It gives me thousands of combinations of chord progressions, and I think it's very cool and awesome. Connectivity options lacking. MIDI options, very bare, basic, and not great. The main reason being is because you have a choice. You can either charge through USB-C or use USB-C as MIDI out. I don't like that. I like having an option. Let's say it's like the Ableton Move, where you need to charge, but you also want to play at the same time, but maybe you're not plugged into the wall, you're plugged in straight to a computer. It will just tell you not enough power to charge right now. That is my choice, right? If I want to stop playing and let it charge, that's fine. If I want to keep playing till the battery dies, I want that choice. This doesn't give you that choice. You have to make a decision. Do you want to play MIDI or do you want to charge? You can't do both at the same time. And the problem with that is if you change to charge mode and then you change back to MIDI mode, it's very hard to get back into MIDI after you've come out of MIDI. I'll just leave it there until we get to the next point. So yeah, connectivity options aren't great. The on-off power thing is weird, and the charging capability for that is weird too. Now I was gonna make this a 2-parter, but I'm gonna squish them into 1 part because it's kind of a cop-out. I love the performance and effects that they have on here. When I say perform, I mean that's what it literally is called. It's called the performance. It can do strums in 2 octaves or just normal strums. It can arpeggiate in 2 octaves, or it can just arpeggiate normally. It can strum. It can do this sloppy type of sound, which is more human. It has like about 11 patterns. I hope they expand on that, by the way. I hope they expand on all those performances. The effects are not many, but they're there, and that's great because they didn't have to add those, but I do hope they add more. Telepathic Instruments, if you're listening, please add more effects. Loop function isn't great. It's not great. It doesn't work as well as I would like it to. I find myself using the Move to loop, which is fine because I like using them together. It's great, it's fine, but the loop function standalone, not great. Sometimes chords get messy. It plays over, I don't know, some weird issues. Doesn't have to be there anyway. Doesn't help me in any way, shape or form. So I just don't use it. The portability of this is incredible. Well, super lightweight. Can carry it around. It's got this awesome bag. Hold on. You guys probably already know this if you even care about this, but it's got this awesome bag. It's actually really good quality. You could bring this on an airplane or put it in baggage. It has like really good padding in there. It's pretty cool. So portability, great. Throw it in my bag, won't know it's there. The bugs. There's a lot of bugs. Now, if this was version 0.32, oh, this is on me. This is 3.32, and there's just so many bugs. I mean, I'll just hit you with, I don't know, 2 bugs. One of them, plug and play on this thing is not plug and play. It's more like plug and hope, right? They figured it out. There's a way around it. You have to make sure that you turn the unit off, turn it back on, plug it in. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Just plug in the USB-C. Now, when it gets recognized, it will ask you, do you want to charge? Do you want to use USB-C? Select USB-C. Don't press anything. you select USB-C MIDI, and then you wait for a second, and then you press it to see if it works. If it works, you're all good to go. If it doesn't work, do the whole process again. This is the case when you connect it to a laptop, DAW, if you connect it to a synth or controller. And that's the reason I use it with the Move more than anything else, because even when I connect it properly to Ableton, sometimes it still doesn't work. And also, there's just a lot of bugs with how the chords, the performances, and the bass works. It's a mess right now. I hate using it because some notes get stuck when you're moving the extensions around. I don't know what's going on. It might just be an Ableton issue. I could test it with Logic Pro. I don't know, but I don't really use Logic Pro, so why would I do that? It doesn't work. It doesn't work as intended. I hope they fix it in the next version, but right now, as it stands, not fun to use, and I don't know when they're gonna fix it, so yeah, not great. If you join Telepathic Instruments Discord server, you will see people lining up to tell you everything they dislike about it. Which leads me to community and support. When I was coming across a lot of these bugs, like, they reached out to me pretty quickly. They don't know who I am, and they still reached out to me pretty quickly. They have a Discord, and they get back to people very quickly and keep us updated with what's going on. We can talk to each other, figure out ways, find out workarounds, all of that stuff. And it's pretty cool. The community, I think, if it grows, will be very strong, and the support for this has been great so far. So that's a pro for me, and it makes me very confident that they're going to fix a lot of these issues in the future. Which leads me to when the chord mode isn't engaged, you click down on key and then it puts you in a key and then you play the chords, right? When you turn that off, you have single key mode, right? You can't play chords in that mode. You can't play a triad. You can't play anything when the chords aren't engaged. So yeah, there's no manual chord play, which is kind of weird. I don't know if they're gonna update that in the future, but I would really like to see that updated in the future. Which leads me to Thing I Love number 5. Actually, let's flip it. Let's do Thing I Hate number 5, and then we will finish on Thing I Love number 5, just so that this is somewhat wholesome. Thing I Hate number 5 is that you cannot play along in key with the key that you're in single note mode. So yeah, you're already in legato, and let's say you set your key to whatever you want it to be. I feel like when it's not engaged, it should play in the key. So whatever key you're in, you can play along with your chord progression that you just did, and you can play along in key. I just think that would be an awesome thing to have, especially at the price range that this is in. I don't know if you can see this back, the Theory board back there can do that, and it does it really well. Problem with that is the keys don't, they're solid, they're hard, yeah, it's a whole thing. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen that. Maybe they can do an update, I don't know. The Orchid has like 50 sounds, and then the effects, when you add them to it, it takes those sounds to another space. On top of that, you can add the bass in there, and it all kind of works together cohesively. It's really good how they've done that. I love the sounds on here. I love the bass sounds on here. I use them a lot now. I think it's awesome. They didn't have to put so many sounds on there. I wish there was a way you could add more sounds on here, like with a SD card or something. But yeah, I think that they did a great job with the sounds. I think it's not quite as good as a synth, but it's good enough for standalone. And when you just wanna, imagine you wrote a song standalone on this thing, and then you just wanna do that. You just wanna record that. You can just use the sounds. They're that good. Props to them on that. They killed it with their sound choices. Those are 5 things I love and hate about the ORC-300 Orchid by Telepathic Instruments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have one of these or you're planning on getting one, and this has helped you in any way, shape or form. If you agree with some of the things I said, if you disagree with some of the things I said, let me know. I have a Discord server now that I've started up, so join there. We can like talk about music and, you know, share music and music production. It's all good. All my links are in the description. If you found this video helpful, like, share, subscribe, do all the things, join the crew. It's up to you. I've been Piccolo Black.